And welcome back to MTG Grinders. We're here game day Bacchus Marsh. We're in the final, game 2, Wayne versus Trent Cohen. Who won game 1?
Trent won game 1 after 25 grueling minutes of trading resources.
And so they've gone for the sideboard. You'd think they'd have to sideboard in some Dragon Lord's Prerogative. Go for the uncounterable card draw.
Duress to attack the hand pretty early.
Absolutely. And what comes out in this matchup? The Bile-Blights?
The Bile-Blights. I don't know if they're running Silencer Believers, but that's an area which might be removed.
Sure. Probably don't want a full grip of Heroes Downfalls.
No, that would probably go as well. If you're adding more card drawing, you might look at shaving in Ingenuity.
Yep. And Trent's just drawn a Thoughtseize here.
That will be one of the few key cards in my book for this matchup.
Yep. And can't even scorn that one because Trent's got the 1 mana open.
Well, we've all been in this situation where we've been forced to pay extra mana and we're 1 short, like with the Mana Leak.
And if you haven't realised yet, Trent's hat's pretty dope. So Trent's just taking his time, writing down all the cards here. It's the game day final, so they're both after a playmat. And so there's none of this friendly playing open hand or anything like that after a Thoughtseize.
And speaking of hands, just a quick fun fact about Trent, he can actually write with both hands.
Really?
Yes, I've seen him on camera writing with both hands before.
There we go. Fun fact Trent number 1. We'll be back next year for Fun Fact Trent number 2 because that's an exciting segment.
Yeah.
Good one, guys.
Trent lays the land, passes a turn, and is Wayne stuck on 2 land here?
That will be very bad news if he is.
And another Thoughtseize. Yes. So we get to see his hand. Yes, he is stuck on 2 land, so he passed up pretty quick there.
His only saving grace is that control texts take a while to kill, but Trent will get him in almost a lock, having all the perfect hand.
So let me ask you a question. If you've got your other person, your opponent who's playing control, stuck on 2 land, you've got out to 5, do you slam the Dragon Lord?
No.
No?
Well, you've seen from the Thoughtseize, he's got the 1 counter spell straight up.
Oh, and
you need to wait for that extra safety barrier.
Wayne is playing nice here with the open hand, which certainly helps us on camera.
Yeah. Probably helps Trent too.
But Trent still, the professional he is, going through the motions of writing everything down.
You'll see Trent through a lot of game. He is very tight on his plays, makes very few errors, if at all, during his games.
And I'm sure if Trent was here and not just sitting in the background, and we asked him why he does that, he'd say, "Look, it's just good habit. You do this in your Friday night magics, your game days, when you get to your Pro Tour qualifiers, it just gets you in good habits to do everything right." So Wayne decides to finally pick up his hand.
That's because he's now got a card that Trent does not know about.
Yep. Trent plays his 6th land. Wayne's up to 4 now, so Wayne's might be able to work himself back into the game with the Thoughtseize of his own.
I see a negate in Trent's hand though.
Well, that was going to be my question. Do you cast the negate here? Protect your hand?
I would, because I already know all the cards in Wayne's hand, because he's picked up a card, hit it in his hand, picked up another card, played a land, and then Thoughtseize.
Yep.
You now everything. Did he have a Thoughtseize in his opening hand that Trent took? Do you take that with his first pick, or do you take something else?
Oh, I'm not entirely sure.
Otherwise, that is the Thoughtseize from earlier on, and I'm completely incorrect.
The glare's covering it up, and that's an interesting play to cast the Scorn instead of the negate. I personally would have gone the other way around, but I must admit I'm not the control player. Aggro and combos more my line. So that's an interesting play by Trent. Not saying that it's right or wrong, just not the way I would have gone.
I think because he's got the 2 black-white lands out and a blue-white land, he's just worried about the double blue.
Sure.
If he has to fight for things.
Yep.
That's where I'd be leaning towards. Or maybe he didn't have a Dragon Lord in hand. I didn't get a chance to see his hand.
Yep. Now,
But
what's
considering he didn't pay for it, I think he did have Dragon Lord.
And Trent comes out with is that one of the new duresses?
Yes, that is dressed with the new art.
Ah, there we go. The art from Dragons of Tarkia.
Yeah.
Taking the dissolve with that one. So it gives him less to fight over later on.
And one less card in Wayne's hand is as good as a card in Trent's almost.
And now we've got a dig through time from Wayne.
With only white mana up too, so I have a feeling we might.
See the negate here?
It'll be personal opinion. Trent's definitely thinking about it here.
Giving it some consideration. And
Still thinking.
He's tapped the mana for it at least. All you need to do is put it out on the table, Trent. And there it is.
Right, there it goes.
No, thought he was going to take it back, but no, plays the negate. And Wayne have any mana left open at that stage? No, he
Now
didn't.
he had the one white.
Yep.
Because he had Thought Seized and then
went through went for the dig.
and Trent takes his chance to resolve his own at this point.
Yep. Well, it's not really a chance, is it? Considering he's only got the one white mana open, it's a sure thing at this point in time. And just to speed up play, because they did take 25 minutes in the first game plus sideboarding, so that's somewhere around 30 minutes, and we're only having 40-minute rounds here, which was very interesting. Usually it's around the 45-minute round, but we only played 40-minute rounds. It certainly did speed up the night, and I personally didn't find it an issue, but I wasn't playing the controlled mirror match.
Yes. Neither of these players are playing slow by any means, but they do have to weigh up their decisions carefully because a few wrong moves and the game could go askew for them.
Oh, very much so, very much so. They're both experienced players, so one wrong move from the other person certainly does put them right into or back into a match.
Trent just drew all gas then with Dragon Lord, Silmgar, Dragon Lord, Ojutai, and a Foul Tongue Invocation.
Yep. And he's got, I don't know, somewhere around 9 cards in hand at this point in time.
The control player's favourite stage, the discard step.
The discard step. Back to the days of mono blue morphling, land go, land go, land go. And Wayne comes out with the duress.
Very old duress. As Wayne's been playing for a long time.
That's a saga block duress, that one. And it's just a matter of whether Trent's going to let that one go through or not. Looks like he's got another negate there.
Silmgar's Scorn, I think, he's holding in his hand.
Yeah, and he's got the dragon on top there to reveal as well. So goes with the Scorn again.
Trent actually tapped incorrect mana then, but he had the mana open anyway.
Right. Yeah, he tapped a Caves of Kolos for that Scorn there. Not picked up by Wayne.
Although he had plenty of land open, it was just a tap and go type move.
He did, but again, it's one of those things where you want to tap the right mana at all times for again that good practice for when you get to larger and better tournaments.
And Trent has now tried to resolve a Narset to.
Well, it certainly won the game for him in game 1.
Yes, it did. So there was the old Force Spike and the pay 1.
Yep. So he certainly did. Yep, I'm more than happy to pay 1.
Yeah. I think that might have been a move from Wayne. Oh, I was incorrect. I was going to say to maybe resolve something of his own, but to make Trent tap low, but nothing happened. Maybe he was just hopeful.
Sure. And
there's a sideboard card, I would think.
Ashiok. And getting the nod from Trent in the background there again. But I'm pretty sure Trent's just going to try and ride that Narset to an emblem again.
Yeah, he's one loyalty off that.
Narset goes at 9 for the ultimate. And you can pump it up by 1 next turn using the Anticipate. And just try and protect that Narset in the meantime.
The only way that's going down at this point is a Hero's Downfall.
Yep.
because I don't see Trent letting a Silmgar resolve. Yeah, and as you can
And
see,
there's
by
the
Wayne,
Ujitai. Yep, he's extended the hand, and that's game day at Bacchus Marsh. Thanks for inviting us down, boys. We had a blast there, and that goes to Trent, winner of game day. And I'll put up a picture of him right about now.